everyone, I'm Mariana. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. This video is the first video in the Camping 101 series, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about how to prepare for your camping trip before you leave your house, how to select the campgrounds, and how to actually select the campsite once you are there. Camping 101 basically means the basic for the beginners, right? When I started camping, that was about 2-3 years ago, and until then I have never gone camping. I never had anyone to go with, and then I finally started doing it by myself. I wished I would have had videos or blogs or something out there that would just break everything down for me, and everything would have been easier and I would have done everything the right way, the right time. So these videos are for those who have never gone camping but really want to go, or maybe you haven't gone camping for 5 years, 10 years, that happens, and now you don't really know what to do or where to start. So make sure you keep coming back to my channel, because I'm going to have other episodes coming up about selecting your tent and your sleeping arrangements and your food and your furniture and all these different things you can do. There are a few things you need to do before you leave your house. So you're going to probably be Googling for campgrounds in the area you want to go to. And once you find one or a few of them, you need to check out the seasons. A lot of campsites are open year-round, but there are a lot that are only open for the summer. But you do need to make sure you check it out. You don't want to show up and then gates are closed and you can't get in. So that's one thing. Another thing, you need to make sure that you check for the weather conditions and the highway conditions. So make sure if you go in the winter or in the fall, especially if you go up high in the mountains, there might be snow up there and you might actually have some roads closed. That's not a good thing, right? The other thing is you need to make sure that there are no constructions or anything like that that would be closing the highway. So basically, long story short, you need to make sure that you can get there. Now, having said that, you do want to have a backup plan, meaning another campsite somewhere nearby that you can go to just in case things happen. And I have seen a lot of things happening. In one of my videos, I actually described to you how you could find long, heavy trees falling on the highway and you basically can't get through. Sometimes you can push them, but there are times there's nothing you can do, and then only thing you can do is basically go to your backup plan, plan B campsite. One more thing you need to do before you go, and you do want to have a campfire and possibly cook your meal on a camp stove at the very least, is to make sure that you get a campfire permit. Now, I'm not gonna go into it in detail here. I actually made a video about it. Check it out. It is about how to make fire, but also it tells you how you can obtain your campfire permit. Let's start with the basics. The most basic, most primitive way of camping is camping on public land, in national forests, on BLM land. These are the different names that they give it. Basically, you are dispersed camping. That means that you go out in the forest or any other land and there is nothing there that you can use. So you need to have your entire setup. You need to have chairs and tables and different things like that. So that is my favorite, because I actually have everything. These are places where you could stay up to 14 days in a row. Of course, you could keep going back every weekend, but there is no running water, there's no trash. They call it pack in, pack out, meaning whatever you bring in, you need to take with you. Do not leave anything behind, not even the core of an apple. That doesn't belong there. You take it with you. The next step up is basically a developed campground, and this can vary in cost as well as comfort level. It could go from $10 a night all the way up to $40, $42, and your comfort level doesn't actually go in according to how expensive it is. So normally this is what happens. You can have 1 or 2 or 3 out of these amenities: bathrooms, tables and benches, and fire rings. So sometimes you have one or the other. The bathrooms are usually very basic vault bathrooms. These are going to be for your lower priced campgrounds. Now, the more expensive ones, most of the time you will have nicer bathrooms, even with running water. Sometimes even shower. You might have water next to your campsite, things like that. So what you do is you check these out at home. You Google them. Basically, you just go to Google and put in camping in Shaver Lake and then see what comes up. Then you know what kind of camping you're looking for, what your comfort level is, and then you start digging and you start checking it out. But you should have a pretty good idea of how it's going to be. Now, you can make reservations or you can just show up. Again, that is on the actual website. Make sure you check that out because you don't want to show up and not have a campsite. So this is an example of a developed campgrounds that you can find in many, many places. Here you have benches, you have a fire grill, and that's basically it. This is actually at the Desert View Campground by the Grand Canyon, and it only costs $12 per night, and check-in time is 11, checkout time is 12. And what I like about it is that you have all this backcountry here available to you. And this is really great. The bathrooms are not that far. So this is your developed campground option. So here is an example of a perfect campsite. At least for me, it's perfect. So this is on public land, and you only have that fire ring, nothing else. So you have to have everything else. But if you look at it, it's a huge area. And it actually goes way beyond that. There are other places you could camp. That in the distance, that's a bathroom. It's a vault bathroom, so something primitive, but it's still better than using the bushes. And if you look at it, there's this huge opening out here. You could have many people camp out here. It could be a whole entire group. And before I show you my setup, I want to show you that there's also a creek, just some water flowing through, which I love because you could take some water from here and that could be used to put out your fire. I have a dog, so my dog can drink. It could be used to be cleaning. You can just boil the water and use it for cooking. That's really all you need to do. So I just love having water around. And if you look at this, this is pretty level. So when you're looking to set up your tent, you want to find something that is even, like this. So if it's like that, that means you're going to be rolling down, or you're going to be sideways, and you don't want that. So I have camped here many times. This is the first time when I set up my camp like this. So I had my tent facing this way, and it was very comfortable. It is not slopey at all. It is completely even. And I always like to have my tent facing my fire. I just love that. And then I have 2 tables. You just really need one, but I have that one to cook. And then this one is just right here next to my chair. And the reason I set it up like this is because first thing in the morning when I wake up, this is what I see. It's beautiful. Or I could just sit in my tent right now and just look at my fire. So this is for me the perfect campsite. This is what I look for when I go camping. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you have gained some knowledge from this video. If you have any questions, let me know. Leave me a comment. I'll be very glad to answer. Hopefully you're going to make that camping trip soon. And stay tuned for my next video in this series, which will be talking about your sleeping arrangements, such as sleeping in a hammock or a cot or in a tent, and basically how to make it comfortable. And then I will have other videos coming up about this topic. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to stay tuned for any upcoming videos.